Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Papa Doc here, and from the thumbnail, you guessed it. Today, we're going to talk about my Candyman Funko Pops. So hey, check it out. I always had a fear of Candyman growing up. I think I can speak for a lot of people that it was a fear for them. Candyman came out in 1992, the original movie, and man, I can tell you, during a certain time when I was young, me and my father was at home, and God bless his soul, and we had this cable box. Now this cable box would get us like a lot of like channels and everything, a lot of like movies that recently came out and this and that. And one day my mother was at work, and while she was there, she used to come home like midnight, so she used to work the late shift sometimes. But we was watching the first Candyman, and I remember my father falling asleep, and I happened to like get up for a second, and I noticed a movie was on, and it happened to be Candyman. During this time I was like 5, I believe, or somewhat like that, 5 or 6. So it was kind of fresh, and you know, the first movie came out, like I said, in 1992, and it was this one scene, man, that really disturbed me when I was a kid. And since then, Tony Todd to me has always been evil, no matter what movie he plays in. And it's kind of crazy because every movie he plays in, it's like he's always playing some type of demon type of guy, devil's advocate or whatnot. Even I want to say Final Destination, he played all those positions as like a corner and some other stuff, man. He gives you that creepy vibe that he always had.
Why are you following us? Who are you? What are you doing?
My job.
So yeah, growing up with him and growing up watching Candyman was always crazy, man. And the reason why I say it probably was like scary to everybody else as well was because the story that they had with Candyman followed in the projects of the late Cabrini Green, which was built in Chicago. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was built around like the 1940s or 1950 area. And it really got bad during the 1970s, somewhat around like the late 1970s, and it got so bad that they actually destroyed it. I want to say they started kind of like getting it together towards demolish around like 95 to 2000, early 2000, and I think they complete all of the high rises around like 2011, which took years, man, years. And between all those years, more than 15,000 families lived in Cabrini Green. So it was a bad neighborhood during that time. And honestly, like I said, I believe that's why a lot of people were scared, because it took place in a actual real neighborhood on the north side of Chicago. Now, I have all 4 of my Candymans right here, but I have another piece that I want to add into this, and I think it kind of really good with it. First, I'm going to show you guys my Candyman 1159, which is Mr. Sherman Fields. I like the way they did Mr. Sherman Fields. That was pretty cool. The sad part about Sherman Fields was he was actually the original Candyman. And he was actually, I hate to put this in the wrong way, but they tried to blame him for putting razors in candy, because there was a lot of kids that was coming up that had, you know, got injured because the razor blades was actually inside their candy. And this little girl happened to, you know, eat one of them. She got really injured, and he was wanted. So they was looking for him, and he was hiding and everything, and he was hiding inside one of the Cabrini Green laundromat areas, I believe, in a wall. And if you actually watch the movie, and I hate to be, you know, a spoiler or anything like that, you see this kid goes inside of the area and he actually heard something, and it was Sherman Fields coming out trying to offer him candy, and he shouted and screamed. And during that time, like I said, Mr. Sherman Fields was on a run, so it's police is all around the neighborhood. Everybody's searching for this guy, and when they heard this little kid scream, they immediately ran to him, and that's when they apprehend Mr. Sherman Fields, and unfortunately they beat him and killed him. Now the sad part about that story is, even after they killed Mr. Sherman Fields, still there were some candies that was showing up with razor blades in them. So they kind of figured that they killed the wrong guy. They took the wrong person in, and so he was actually innocent. He was a real Candyman, and he was very helpful in just giving kids candy around the neighborhood. So they had, you know, blood on their hands a little bit. I actually like this Candyman. I like the way they did Sherman Fields, and you know, like I said, he has a little candy in his hand and everything. He was a little different from the rest of them. Like I said, he was an actual Candyman, and he has his nice little brown little trench coat right there. Like I said, this is 1159, and this is actually one of my favorite ones. I like this one. I think they did a really good job with him. And I also have, let's see, I thought this one was pretty neat as well, and this is 1158, and this is the Candyman with bees. I was actually able to find the other three of my Candymans, but this one was kind of hard to, it wasn't hard to find, but I had to go and order it through someone that kind of sold me for retail price, and I really appreciate them for doing that. They didn't have it at any of the stores that I usually go to. And this is the Candyman with bees. I thought that was pretty neat. You see the bees all over his face and everything, and you can see the actual marks in his skin. And at the end of the video, guys, of course, I'm going to show you each and every one of these Funkos here from Candyman, so you'll get a pretty good look at it. And this is 1158. Also, let's see, I have the regular Candyman here, 1157, and this is just the regular Candyman with the old blood splatter on his chest and everything. And the crazy part about this, I wish they could have done something else with this one. It was decent. It's very plain. But what came with this one was actually the other 1157, and that is the chase. So I do have the chase right here. And with the Candyman with chase, the 1157, this one actually has the actual red blood splatter along with the old blood splatter on his trench coat there, well, on his chest, on his shirt and pants here. And I thought that was pretty neat. I did. Now this one, besides the Sherman Fields, is the number one. This comes number one right here. I thought they did a pretty good job with this. Out of my horror collection that I do have, this has got to be one of my, you know, favorites. It is a lot more that I want to collect, and I will get to that. Now, I felt that this gentleman belonged into this category right here because he actually is the writer, and that is Mr. Jordan Peele. This is number 4. This is Pop Directors, and I thought this was pretty neat. They have his glasses on there. He has his ring, his coat. It's just him being who he is, you know. And I thought that was pretty dope, man. He has a lot of movies that he actually directed and written. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. Out of all the movies that, you know, that's here, that's showing now, I only like maybe a few. Like I said, he actually did a writing for this Candyman right here. I definitely like this new Candyman. It was, I'm not gonna say it was better than the original one, but they did a decent job. And the way that they actually made the story up between the first two Candymans, well, the first three, and this one right here, they could have went a different route, and they could have actually messed it up really bad. But the way they flowed it into the new movie was pretty dope. If you guys can remember, the first Candyman, like I said, with Tony Todd, had a daughter by the name of, I believe her name was Helen. Correct me if I'm wrong.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Emotional, damn it!
You know, she went through like a little certain phase. I guess she got touched by whatever spirit Candyman had, you know, being that it was his daughter. And she tried to kidnap, I believe, a little boy. And that little boy actually happened to be the actual Candyman on this movie here. She tried to kidnap her. I'm sorry. She tried to kidnap him. And somehow the people around the neighborhood found a way to try to get the baby back, because I think she was trying to put him up for some type of sacrifice, if I'm not mistaken. Like I said, she was kind of possessed in a way. She actually became the Candyman at one point. And the little boy, like I said, years later became this grown man. Now he is the actual Candyman, and his mother, which is on the film here, is actually in the old film. I thought that was pretty neat how they put that together. I think, like I said, they did a great job with this Candyman. Could have been better in a way, but they didn't really mess it up or anything like that. And you know, out of my horror collection, I will talk about, I want to do my Chucky, I believe, my Child's Play. But this one, because I have the whole set, I feel like it was only right to talk about this one a little bit more. It was so much going on during that time, especially in the 90s, like that early 90s. So it was, especially around like Chicago area and with Cabrini Green. So it really had a huge impact. You know, you had other people that were scared of things like, yeah, you know, like, let's say Freddy Krueger and stuff like that, Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers and stuff. And but Candyman was the one that was actually, you know, that gave people the shooks, gave, you know, more urban people the shooks, because like I said, it was taken in a real project area, kind of a rough area during that time, Cabrini Green. And I'm kind of glad they knocked that down too. And they, you know, they do that around now. You know, when a neighborhood gets out of hand, it gets too rough, it's best to knock it down and build something over it. I'm not saying necessarily put like rich developments over there, you know, bring rich people in, but knocking it down and doing more for the kids, like bigger playgrounds and stuff like that, would be better. But yeah, guys, that's it for my Candyman collection, and I find it pretty cool. I think you guys should do a nice collection with Candyman, a pickup while you got a chance to still get it. I don't believe the prices will get any higher, you know, with all the resellers and stuff like that, but if you can get your hands on it, get your hands on it. And get your hands on that Jordan Peele too. I mean, he's a great director and a writer. So, hey, until the next time, guys. See you later.